Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Bougie Botanicals. My name is Ray, and I have a small backyard garden that I started as a coping mechanism so that I don't crash out. So why Bougie Botanicals, y'all? I don't like dirt, I don't like grass, I don't like bugs, I don't like anything in nature touching me. Ugh. But the garden is my chosen journey, and nature is healing. At times it's a struggle because I'd rather be inside. There's bugs flying around me right now, but I need to be out here to tend to my garden. One thing I want to say is that I'm very green. This is the first time that I have ever started a garden. And if I'm not mistaken, I transplanted my first plants in April. And it has been interesting thus far. So first things first, let's take a little tour. And I'm going to have a lot to explain as well. Okay, so let's talk about the way I started this garden. I have two of these raised garden beds that I got from Amazon. In the bottom of them, you'll see pizza boxes. And this one looks so janky because I have not prepared this one yet, but I put pizza boxes in the bottom, and then I had some of these sticks that fell from our pecan trees, and at the time I had a whole bunch of dried leaves and everything, so I put the sticks in there, and then I used the dried leaves to try to fill in the spaces from the sticks, and then I put soil on top of that I bought at Walmart. So that's how I started the bed. Now, how did I get the plants? Everything in here was a transplant. And what happened was a lady at my job was growing some plants in her classroom as some kind of experiment that they were doing. So she had some Brussels sprouts, she had some bok choy, she had spinach, and then she had broccoli. And they were all growing hydroponically in her class. So when the experiment was over, she decided to give away the plants. Some of the stuff she harvested and gave it to us to go ahead and eat. And then the plants she gave away. So I acquired all these different types of plants. I'm in zone 9A, so as a zone 9 gardener, these plants were not in season to be planted and growing into the summer. However, I decided to do it anyway just so I could kind of use it as a learning experience and get the hang of it. And I learned so much by planting these things. Now, this does not look great, okay? But the only thing that survived out of those 4 that I got was the Brussels sprouts. And they are really struggling, okay? This is Brussels sprouts. This is Brussels sprouts. This is Brussels sprouts. As you can see, caterpillars got to them. We got sunspots, just a whole bunch of stuff. But they're still alive. And that's why I'm keeping them in the garden, because they're still alive. Now, my broccoli, we had to charge it to the game. The spinach died first, and then my bok choy. This was some broccoli. It just did not make it. And then I have some more broccoli back here. If you can see that, it's still there, but it is not doing too tough. Later on, another colleague of mine gave me a pepper plant. I don't even know what kind of pepper this is supposed to be, but it's still hanging on. The caterpillars and the bugs, they really don't like it, even though I just have one little hole there, but they really don't like this. And then she gave me this tomato plant, and this tomato plant has been thriving. And I got it when it was just a little baby. It was just like a little wee plant. And look, it's flowering, y'all. And you know what that means? Tomatoes. It's getting ready to produce some tomatoes here in a little while. So when I first got this plant, it was not even as high as this cage. And it started to grow, started to lean. So I had to put part of the tomato cage up. And I have another piece that I have to put on here. But I did all of this. I got the plant, but I grew all of this. And I'm very, very proud of that. So here is another tomato plant that I got later, and I have to give this one a little bit more TLC and put some kind of cage up because it is starting to lean as well. But someone at my husband's job was doing a fundraiser and they were selling plants, and one of the plants that they were selling were tomato plants. So it's actually 3. There was 3 that I put in here. I don't know if that was good or bad, but I went ahead and put them in a pot, and we're gonna see what happens. And then last but not least, y'all, over here by the door, I have killed my herbs. I'm probably the only one who could kill mint, y'all, because I had the mint. Well, let's talk about the mistake. First of all, I did not know you shouldn't plant mint and rosemary in the same pot, because rosemary likes to be dry and mint likes to be moist, right? So that was my first mistake, but it was doing fine. I even harvested some of the mint and I used it. And then over here, I have some basil, and that was doing good. You can see what happened. The sun did that. But y'all, why did I decide that after I was growing my herbs in partial shade, it would be a good idea to move them to the bright sun? Burnt my plants up, y'all. Burnt them up to a crisp. Look at this. Rookie mistake. Hopefully they come back to life, y'all. It's time to water this one because this one's kind of dry. And then down here, I got the bright idea to go ahead and start a mango plant. Yeah, check back in 5 years later. Okay, now let's talk about this right here. This is the next project. This is going to be the melon district of Bougie Botanicals. Okay, so understand what we have. We are going to have the melon district, and then this is going to be the veggie district. All right, you get where I'm going? You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, okay. Look, I can use this. I'm pretty sure I can. I think what I'm about to do is get this plot ready, y'all, so I can sow these melon seeds because I have some sugar babies and I have some Crenshaw melons, and I'm gonna put them right down in that plot. That plot is 6 feet by 14 and a half feet, y'all. I dug it out. Let me reiterate. You understand what I'm saying? I feel very proud of myself. That's where I'm going with this, y'all. So I hope that you stick around. I really do, because this is a new YouTube page. If you're interested in my vlogs, please go over to my vlog page, subscribe there as well. I hope you subscribe here. I hope you stay with me. Tips are welcome, but I don't want to be overwhelmed, y'all. I know I've already made a lot of mistakes and I cannot correct them every time. I can only do what I could do. There's so many different ways you can grow things. I can't just switch it up every time. I'm just gonna have to go through it, and sometimes I'm just gonna have to fail, and that's just what it is. So anyway, I want to thank you for tuning in, and let's see how this goes. Yeah.